Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk movies, television, and wrestling. I'm, of course, Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for Send Help. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Sorry, I'm to leave a like, comment, let me know your thoughts on Send Help, and of course, hit the subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate now all that out of the way. Let's get into it, shall we? So, Send Help is our latest from Sam Raimi. I don't know how long it's been since he's directed a film. I know there was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but I don't know if that was his last film. If that was, then we're looking at about 2022 or 2023. I don't recall when that year was. And it's his first time going back to an R-rated film since maybe the 90s, right? I can't recall what his last R-rated film, because Drag Me to Hell was PG-13. So a lot of excitement surrounding this with Sam Raimi, especially what he's done with Evil Dead. The concept is really good too, and the cast is great too. Rachel McAdams, huge fan of hers. Dylan O'Brien, much like everyone else, he really caught my eye in that Maze Runner trilogy, and always look out for him when he does projects, and he always delivers. He's never phoning it in. To me, he is a great actor, and I wish he had a bigger name when it comes to Hollywood. But always happy when he is on a project, and the concept of this film, which is very interesting to me. Two co-workers who do not like each other whatsoever get stuck and stranded on an island, and now they must survive. Will they be able to coexist? Will they go insane? Will they try to kill each other? That's why we tune in to watch. And I will say this, as the movie was coming out, because I thought the trailer looked pretty good, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a solid January movie. It's going to be a lot of fun. But then when the reviews coming out saying like this is one of the, well, not best movie of the year, but like it was a really, really great movie. And I sat in to watch, and I don't know if it was like my expectations were right here, and then like it went all the way up here. But as I was watching, I was like, this is good. Don't get me wrong. It was really, really good, but it wasn't like this great epic that people were like making it out to be online. I was just like, this is fine, and I guess it's okay for the theater, but I also think this is a very well, good quality streaming movie in a lot of ways until it gets to the third act. Again, the first two acts are really good. The building, the relationship building between Rachel McAdams' character Linda and Dylan O'Brien's character Bradley. The way that they're brought up, you understand their dynamics. You really feel for one person, you feel for the other. Rachel McAdams is on the poster, even though in the trailer it makes it seem like more like a dual movie. This is truly Rachel McAdams' movie for the most part. So of course you're gonna lean one way to her. But as the movie progresses, it does a really good job at what we call in wrestling like a double turn in a lot of ways throughout the whole entire movie. Because as it goes, you're really very much on Linda's side. You're just like, man, this dude is a dick. He marked her out of a job. This is all stuff in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. But, she was up for this big promotion, and he's just going to take it away from her because he doesn't see any value in her and all of that stuff. And, he's a real douche in the way that he's just treating her pre-accident. Again, you're just very much on her side. And once we're on this island and with her backstory and how much studying that she has done within these type of survival and not antics, but these like survival books and everything. Like they do a great job at communicating to the audience that this woman's very capable of this without any dialogue whatsoever. It's all visual. You very much understand, oh yeah, no, she's going to be able to do this once we get to where we're wanting to be. And once we're in that portion and you start to see some shades of gray within our characters, you do kind of start to feel toward Dylan O'Brien's character, Bradley, who is still a dick very much, but we're starting to peel the layers, we're starting to show that there are much to them, what they are presented to at face value, and that again, that double turn where, she starts to become a little heelish and he starts to become a little facious. And then, and as it keeps going, again, they keep flipping. Sometimes Rachel McAdams is the face, the good guy, and sometimes Rachel McAdams is the heel, the bad guy. It just depends on the scenario that they're in at that time, where when they start doing these things to each other, where they're trying to get one over, you kind of understand where they are coming from. And when it's in that pocket of the movie, I feel like the movie really sings. And the survival antics of it as well, while also very engaging to see and also very visceral in a lot of ways. I will say, visceral is a really strong word, but, they don't shy away from it. It's basically what I'm trying to say. If you are queasy when it comes to animal deaths, because again, they are trying to survive on an island, and there are animals on it. And guess what? People gotta eat, right? And not everyone's a vegetarian. So if you are squeamish to that, because they do see some hunting, and again, it's really they're showing it, and they're showing the struggle when it comes to taking a life. So if you're squeamish to that, I would suggest maybe not watching this, or go with someone who has seen the movie, like, hey, this scene's about to come up, go ahead and step out, I'll come grab you when it's all done. And again, there is a good chunk of blood in it too. I mean, it is pouring everywhere. They made sure they got their money's worth when it was rated R. And again, as we build up to this twist, because again, on the face value with these first two acts, it's a very entertaining movie. Again, I think the word of mouth just got to me a little bit, where I was just like, I mean, it's good, but I don't see how this movie is so great. Once we get to this third act and all is revealed and all the playing cards are showing, boy, does the movie take it up an extra notch, where I am like, yes, this movie is absolutely great. This is worth the price of admission. You should see this in the theater. It should be within a packed crowd. I had a semi-full theater, and like, they were into it, but they weren't like into it. Like, I was definitely the one who was probably the one reacting the most, which I always kind of hate when I am, because I feel like I'm making it about me. But no, like I said, the blood and the gore and the dark comedy within it all, it was really getting to me. I was very entertained throughout the whole entire film. It's within a packed crowd who has that kind of same reactions that I did. I think this is a lot of fun in a lot of ways. I will say, as I'm looking back on the film, and I'm seeing how the scenarios are played out when it comes to, when all is revealed and this is what the plan was the whole entire time, I do think I was like, well, that was a very convoluted way to go about it in a lot of ways. I feel like there was a much easier way to go about this if this was truly the plan all along. Or, but I also think back on some scenes, I was like, yeah, no, this was actually pretty well tight. They really did explain everything all the way through. And I'm thinking back, just like, yeah, no, they did play that card. The card, they did present that right there. So I think I would have to watch it again. I think this is a movie that could be better on subsequent viewings. And I may go out and see it again this week. I'm not sure yet. I know Jason Statham's out. I was in Texas, and we all know how we react to snow. So I did miss some movies last week as well that I will need to catch up on. So maybe this is one I'll do a rewatch when it comes to streaming. But I would be willing to go see this again in the theater, is what I am trying to say. And I think that's a big enough compliment that you can give to any movie. Just so I can see, okay, now knowing all the context, let me see if I can pick up on some things and see if the reveal was cheap. Because when it was first presented, I was like, well, I don't know, that seems pretty cheap. But then once they explain everything, I'm like, oh, that was actually really, really smart. And then when I get home, I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't as smart as it was within the moment. So again, it's a movie I do want to see again, but a lot of fun. Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams have amazing chemistry bouncing off of each other, whether it's them learning to coexist or them not being able to coexist, and that they just want to get away from each other as much as possible. Setting's really good. Sam Raimi directs the hell out of the movie as well. A lot of good presentations, like when it's like super up close, like some really interesting, uncomfortable viewings when it comes to that. And I mean that in a complimentary status. Again, it's a very fun January film. It's the best kind of January film. If you gotta go into these movies knowing what it's being presented as and where it's placed. Yes, January is no longer just a dumping ground where you just get bad movies. It's now where you just kind of get weird movies and kooky concepts, and it's just like, okay, is it gonna stick the landing? Like, you don't really necessarily get a super bad film anymore. Like, the last really bad film of January I remember seeing was The Grudge, which I think was 2020. I think that was probably the last truly bad January film that we got. Now we just get some weird ones, and like some maybe unnecessary sequels. Greenland 2, I'm Looking at You. But yeah, you also just get these wacky concepts like Send Help or Mercy, for that matter. And I just think that's a lot of fun to be in when it comes to January. It's just like we get to play a little bit, But yeah, if I had to rank this on the lemon scale, where it goes sour lemon at the bottom Expired store-bought lemonade, bad movie, but hey, there's some good in it. Strawberry, store-bought lemonade, not expired, very good, but there is problems to it. Lemonade, it's a movie. Freshly squeezed lemonade, very good. I have some minor criticisms. And then strawberry lemonade at the very top because that is the best kind of lemonade. I will say Send Help is a lemonade, which again is a very good rating when it comes to January films. Like very rarely you ever see like a freshly squeezed or strawberry lemonade when it comes to January. Lemonade is very good, and you know, again, on another viewing, it could go up. It's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Send Help. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the film down below. Leave a like if you made this far in the review. I do greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button as I am trying to grow into my YouTube career. And don't forget to squeeze the days, guys, because life is too short not to give you also squeeze every opportunity that you can. Until next time, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.